Hey, greetings, Soul Tribe, Galactic Tribe. This is Spirit, your cosmic mentor in the moment. Welcome to my channel where you're going to find tools for a more harmonious mind, body, and spirit. Today's channel, I'm going to just shake a little shaker, this little shaker, the sweet shaker my friend Jeremiah gave me. We're just going to shake, okay? And we're going to call in some extra support. So, Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Samuel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Metatron, come on in. We're calling in the archangels, and I'm going to ask that, well, whoever is meant for this message, may it find you, and collective, may be surrounded with blue, yellow, pink, green, gold, white. I'm going to ask the Alcazar group to put a stargate, which is a geometric shape. It can be any geometric shape of your choice, to surround you. Gaia, the earth, the consciousness of the earth, may it seal up this geometric shape with support from the center of the earth. And then Saint Germain, put violet around us, and then tap us into 5D of more peace, more love, more joy, and abundance for all. Star seeds, you've come so far, and this message is for you. When you find it, you know, I just hope this finds you well. Now we're entering into a new season. We are entering into new timelines. These old timelines, you know, the doors are closing for old karmic relationships that we've learned lots of lessons from. Lots of lessons. And for you intuitive empaths, you know, we've had major narcissistic abusive relationships in our lives that, you know, served a purpose to get us to a place of being on a journey of loving ourselves. We're loving ourselves. And good job. So for so many of you starseeds, you came here and your missions are starting to come online. They're not necessarily clear, but the second part of this mission, you know, the first part was to forget why you came here and to learn lessons, some hard lessons. And so now many of us are breaking, you know, generational things that we've had for lifetimes, and we're releasing those and moving forward. And Archangel Michael's got his sword. He's cutting these cords and closing these doors. So if you haven't done some cord cutting for a while, maybe, you know, call on Archangel Michael to cut those cords, and you can, you know, in previous videos it talked about, you know, just see that cord cutting from your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your solar plexus, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your mind's eye, and then your crown chakra. And so you visualize that other person, and you can, you know, some people use like a selenite wand, but I usually ask Archangel Michael to just cut those cords. If you haven't done that for a while with folks, do that. It's helpful. And then the cord goes back to them. And that cleanses your auric field. So the message that I'm kind of hearing, and I heard it a little earlier today as I was talking with a friend, is that, you know, we are entering into a quickening time, is what Spirit says, is that we're entering into this quickening time where a lot of false narratives, a lot of falseness is surfacing. It's going to be shown, you know, the dark doers and Decepticons and copycats and clones and all of these folks are starting to enter into the light. Their actions are being seen. Their things are being known in the 3D. They're not able to hide that anymore. And we're also, you know, it's, you know, we are Decepticons to ourselves at times in our own self-sabotage. And we're flipping that, you know, as we are letting go and we're growing and glowing. We have had to take a look in the mirror, right? So like the Sufis, they'll say, you know, we're polishing the mirror as we go along when we meet people. And I like to go, wicka, wicka, wicka. Okay, you know, like when you're polishing a mirror. And so we have been looking at the mirror, and many of us have flipped, you know, we've gone into the self-love journey in progress, and many of you are on that, you're doing that. Some of you are starting that journey. So keep loving yourself. Keep connecting your heart and your mind with the divine, because it's beautiful, and it's so wonderful to see you shining like you are. So as we are looking at the mirror and we're looking at the old stuff, the old stories, the old things that no longer serve us. They no longer serve our highest and best good. So we are letting those go. And as you step into the unknown and surrender and have more trust in the divine, right? Because the trust that trust and faith got you to this point where many of you starseeds survived people trying to take you out. And so I know that your faith and your trust is tremendous, and you're starting to look in the mirror and actually know that you are lovable, and that you're loving, and that you are kind, and you've always been those things, and you know that. It's just that everything that you went through, now you you have discernment. So keep trusting your intuition, because there are, you know, there's things happening as these old systems and old ways and old beliefs and old karmic things are breaking down. There's going to be a big release. And as that's happening, what the divine keeps saying to me is it's a time of quickening, because this great massive awakening is going to happen as these truths are being revealed. There's going to be a great mass awakening, and people have a choice. They've either are doing the mirror work, you know, the shadow work. When I say mirror work, I'm not talking about using a mirror for anything other than loving oneself. Like, I'm using it in the sense of, like, Louise Hay, who wrote You Can Heal Your Life. She would talk about doing mirror work where you're saying affirmations, and you're looking at yourself, and you're looking at yourself in the eyes, and you're saying, I love myself. And you're starting, at first you might not believe that because of what other people have told you in your life, but you start to make a shift where you start to actually love yourself. And that's the kind of mirror work that I'm talking about. So as this quickening is happening, there's a great awakening that's happening where it's almost like the human family is waking up from being asleep, that we've been sleeping to our ability to connect our heart and our mind with what you call source. And you might call it spirit, you might call it God, you might call it universe. And so we are in this great awakening of remembering how to do that. And so I'm proud of you. You're doing that. And many of you are sharing your journey with other people to help them awaken to their divinity. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Keep doing that. So I pulled a couple cards for you. Okay. So I know you guys are doing the work. There are many people who, though, are going to be faced with the choice of either holding up the mirror and looking at themselves and doing the shadow work. And some people won't, they will refuse to look at the mirror. You know, they're refusing to look at the actions that they've done in this lifetime and take accountability for them and responsibility for them. And that's their choices. That has nothing to do with you, starseeds. You know, so all those projections, if there's been projections, remember this one, like where, if you've followed some of the things that I've shared, but, you know, just if you're feeling projections from other people, like people coming into your psychic space or energetically pulling a tug on your energetic field, you know, just envision white light coming in through the top of your head, and then push all the projections. Like, sometimes I see it as like, it's like ick feeling or like a darker energy or gray, and I push it out. I go, and so when I shoo it, I go shh with my arms out. Okay. And so you can push those projections out. Okay. So I have a couple cards that I pulled for you. And the first one was Holy Amethyst. This is from Kyle Gray's card deck. Can you see that? So it says, move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. And so that's part of this message too, is like, you know what the trauma was, you know what you went through, and other people might not know that. You might not have people around you that even, can even understand all that you've been through. And I get that. We know what we've been through, and we know what the truth is for ourselves. Yet focusing on that, it's time. There's a time of processing for sure. No doubt. We got to do that processing. And then there's a time where we move beyond those challenges and we start to dream again. So I was kind of sharing this with a couple different people, is that, along the lines, we forgot to dream. We forgot to, we were supporting other people's dreams so much, especially intuitive empaths, that we forgot that we had dreams, or that we could even dream. And for some of us, we had people actually coming into the astral realm and stealing our dreams. They're dream thieves. And for some of you, you know what I'm talking about, who the dream thieves were. Well, maybe you don't know who they were, but for some of us, we've seen them in dream time, like the dirty Jesuits. You know what I'm talking about? So some of you might. So that is to move beyond those current challenges, is to start writing down what it is that you want to attract into your life. What is it that you want to see happen in your life? And do that in the present form. Like Bob Proctor, I did his coaching program. And one of the things that he says is, to write it, I'm so happy and grateful now that, and write, if you can, right away in the morning, write it down 5 times. I'm so happy and grateful now that I feel lighter. I am so happy and grateful now that I get to see my daughter every day. Whatever those things might be for you. So start dreaming big. And when you say that in the present tense, it can be something that you're already grateful for, or it might be something that you want to see come into your life. When you do it in the present tense and you get into the feeling of it already being there, the universe can line that up and bring that into reality, into the 3D and 5D for you more easily, okay? All right, now the next one was Signs from Heaven. This is also Kyle Gray. This is the Angel Prayers deck. The other one was the Keepers of Light. Signs from Heaven. Can you see that? There we go. Thank you, Heaven, for sending me reminders of your presence. So this, for me, like seeing it, the feathers, that's angels coming in and giving you those reassurance messages, or the divine, God, Spirit, giving you those messages. Also, angels leaving signs. It might be loved ones on the other side. I have a friend whose loved one always leaves dimes for them. And they've shared that with me. I hear messages from my loved ones, and then they'll come into dream time too. So just different signs from heaven. It can be also like you might see a shooting star, like a literal sign, or it might be you get to see, a lot of people got to see the Northern Lights this year, which was signs from heaven. So thank you, Heaven, for sending me reminders of your presence. And then the next card that I pulled for you all was, you are protected. And I love Archangel Michael. This one, there's lots of pictures of Archangel Michael. This is Kyle Gray, the prayers, angel prayers. And Michael's always, we can call on Michael anytime for protection. And this is what I was saying. You can call on him to help you cut cords with people. Thank you, Michael, for surrounding me with your protective light. So many times, I'll call on Michael to put a blue bubble around me of protection, especially for empaths. Like when you are You know, many empaths, we are like magnets. We can attract other people's feelings, their energy, and we tend to think that we have to process it, but that's where we're learning how to establish boundaries and be like, that's your shit. You deal with your own stuff. We're not processing those things anymore for other people. We're practicing just doing that for ourselves and having healthy boundaries with people to be like, nope, no more narcissistic. I'm not going to process anybody's stuff. And so before you go, you know, before you go into like the grocery store, or even like when you get into your vehicle, you can call on Archangel Michael to put, you know, protection around you. And he will. I know it for a fact because I've experienced it myself. And then the next one is manifesting miracles. Yay! We're manifesting miracles. This is Archangel Orion. Thank you, Orion, for manifesting your miracles in my world. Orion, you know, is coming in to let us know that we have, well, we definitely have all that support from the heavens. That the heavens are our guides, our teachers. It's our loved ones on the other side. It's ancestors. It is star ancestors. You know, the universe is very expansive. The heavens are very huge. So Orion, you know, is in, you know, part of the heavens, and that we are getting so much love and support right now in this ascension process with the earth moving into 5D. And so that celestial support is there. And the manifesting of miracles, it's in this quickening that's going to happen is that, you know, truths are being revealed and these old systems are breaking down. And for you starseeds, there's a lot of truths coming about, you know, programs that you've been involved in that were unkind, and that they were many human rights violations that have happened to us, that are going to be known. So going back to Holy Amethyst, I forgot to say this. So going back to Holy Amethyst, if you use the stone amethyst, it can be very transformative and helpful. Just hold it, and you can put it under your pillow if you want. It's a transformer for energy. Angels, ancestors, star ancestors, masters and ascended masters, soul tribes on the other side, mystical realm, please be with this collective. Please continue to support, to guide, to protect, to heal, to help each person step into their truth, to align their heart and their mind with the divine, and to step into their truth and keep sharing your truth. And shine on unapologetically. You are a part of the sun. You are light and you are love. And so as you remember this, keep on shining, keep on sharing, keep on showing up, and keep on glowing. Okay? Peace to you. Ciao.